and welcome you all to my channel. So for today we are going to make a simple video on how to cut one-sided off shoulder. If this is your first time of coming to my channel, thanks a lot. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. So basically what we want to make in today's class is one-sided off shoulder, like what I'm putting on. So you have one shoulder and the second shoulder becomes off shoulder. However, there is no particular arm that belongs to the off shoulder and there's no particular arm that belongs to the shoulder, so it depends on what you want. So first thing you have to do is to determine what shoulder will be off and which shoulder we have a normal shoulder. Do you get? There's no particular, I can't say, oh, your off shoulder should be by your right hand side or your off shoulder should permanently be at the left hand side. It actually depends on you and what you actually want to achieve. So join us on Facebook, Sewing is Fun by TD Designs, where we discuss various fashion topics. Join us on Instagram, Thank God Designs, and I'm going to put down the details down below. If you have any question along in this video, feel free to drop your questions down below. If you have any topic you want us to treat, feel free to drop it down below. So what are the basic measurements required? We need our shoulder measurements, bust measurements, waist measurements, and our top length. So now let's calculate our measurements. So our shoulder measurements is 14. 14 divided by 2, we have 7, plus half inch for our sleeve allowance, we have 7.5. Our bust measurement divided by 4 plus 2, we have 10.5. Our waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2, we have 9.5. And our top length is 23. I'm going to add 2 inches for the folding allowance, plus 2 inches, we have 25 inches. So basically these are the measurements required for us to cut one side of shoulder dress. So you can join us on if you can join us for training. I'm going to put down the details down below. So now let's move to the fabric. So I'm making use of this beautiful African print, and one thing I love about this African print is the pattern, like the pattern we have on the African print. So the African prints are available at our store. So I'm going to put down the details down below. So what you have to do now is to fold your fabric into 4. So I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into 4. So I folded my fabric into 4 and I left about 2 inches for my zip allowance. So we are going to go ahead and take our measurements. So my shoulder measurement is 7.5 inches. So I mark 7.5 inches. So my shoulder to my bust measurement is 10 inches. So this is where I have 10 inches. Shoulder to under bust 13.5 inches. And shoulder to my waist 17 inches. Shoulder to waist 17 inches. So I have a video on how to get your basic measurements, like distance calculations. So you can go ahead and watch that video to be able to know when to calculate your measurements. So these are what we have. So at the bust line now, I'm going to go ahead and mark our bust measurement, which is 10.5. Now I have 10.5. I'm going to add 1 inch to it because I want it to have a princess dart cut. So I'm going to add my princess dart cut joining to it, which is 11.5 inches. So for my waist measurement is 9.5. So 9.5 plus my 1 inch for my princess dart, I have 10.5. So I'm going to mark 11.5 inches here. This is my top length. So I'll go ahead and connect these lines together with my pattern master. So one thing I love about this pattern master is our pattern master are actually very flexible. So if you want to order for yours, I'm going to leave down the details down below so you can place your order for your pattern master. So I'll connect the lines together. So this is what we have. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to connect my armhole. So I'm going to go ahead, make use of my pattern master, or you make use of your free hand to get your armhole. So this is what we have. So we are going to mark our bust point. So distance for my bust point is 8 inches. 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 inches. So plus half inch, I'm going to mark 4.5 inches. So what we want to do now is to get our princess dart cut. Okay, so this is what I have for my princess dart cut. So now you come to your armhole. Our armhole is 10 inches. You mark the middle of your armhole, which is 5 inches. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, so our armhole here, we have 10 inches. So you mark the middle of your armhole, which is 5 inches, and come down with 1 inch, which is 6 inches. So this is where I have my 6 inches. So we go ahead and connect it to our princess dart. So we have this cut for our princess dart. So what we are going to do now is to mark our neckline. So our neckline is 3 inches. Just indicate where you want your neckline to be. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. So you can join us for training. We have both online training and physical training. I'm going to leave down the details down below. So this is what we have basically for our top. So I'm not going to open up the princess cuts yet because I want us to achieve some certain things. So don't forget to take away your 1 inch for your shoulder slope, and of course I have to cut out my salvage edge. So this is what we have. So now I'm going to notch where I have my shoulder. Don't forget, we just notch it a little. So let's place the back panel aside, and this is the front block. So this is what we have for the front block. You can see where we have our notch. This is where we have our notch. Let me mark where we have our notch. So we have our notch at these 2 points. So now you are going to determine, this is where you are going to determine where you want your one shoulder to be and where you want your off shoulder to fall. So let's say I want mine to fall by this edge. So what I'm going to do is, from this my shoulder at this point, my shoulder line at this point, I'm going to bring it this way up to, how many inches do I want my shoulder line to fall? How many inches do I want it to fall? So let's say you want your off shoulder to be about 4 inches. You mark your 4 inches. This is how deep you want your off shoulder to fall, 4 inches. So you just connect this line to your 4 inches. I don't know if you guys get it. Let me repeat myself again. So for better understanding, this is our neckline. You notch your neckline, open it up, determine which arm you want to be your normal shoulder and which arm you want to be your off shoulder. So having done that, all you have to do now is, from this your shoulder line, determine how many inches you want your off shoulder to fall. If you want it to fall more than this, you go below. If you want it not to really fall, you come up. So you connect this your shoulder line up to where you want your off shoulder to be. So we are going to place the back panel too, so both arms can be at the same, place. Like, you don't want your front block to have the off shoulder at the right hand side and your back block has the off shoulder at the left hand side, because they are going to be equal. Okay, now look at what I'm doing here. I placed the back on the front. Like, do you guys see? I placed the back on the front so we can have it at the right place. So when you've placed it, you will discover that the notched part falls. Make sure that the notch part falls, the notch part for both the front and the back stays at the same place. So adjust your fabric as much as you can and make sure that they fall at the same place. So I've gone ahead to adjust that. So this arm. Don't forget that this is where we made our normal shoulder. This is where we made our off shoulder, and we said our off shoulder was 4 inches. So let me just remark it again so you can have a better understanding. 4 inches. So you just connect it up to where you have your off shoulder this way. So you go ahead and cut this out. So you go ahead and cut this out. Let me show you guys what you have now. So you can see you have one shoulder this becomes your shoulder and this becomes your off shoulder. So this is what you have basically. You can put it down, you can take it a little bit lower if you want, and you can take it a little bit higher. So I think I want it to come down more, so I'm just going to cut it out more. Yeah, I think it's okay this way for the front block. So the back block can be high, but I think I want the front block to come out this way. So you can see with this that we have our normal shoulder here and we have our off shoulder at this point. So basically this is how to cut off shoulder, one-sided off shoulder. So now we are going to move to the sewing room. So I'm going to show you guys how to sew this. Give this video a thumbs up. Join us for training. Now let's move to the sewing room. So how to cut the sleeve for the off shoulder. So let's cut the sleeve for the off shoulder. So I fold my fabric into 2 and I fold my fabric again into 4. Now what you have to take note of is your sleeve length. So let's say your sleeve length is 10 inches. Your normal sleeve length from your shoulder line to your elbow is 10 inches. So we minus 4.5 inches for our off shoulder. Hope you guys remember. Let me show you guys. So let me show you so you understand better. So we minus 4.5 at this point. When you place your tape measure this way, we cut out 4.5. Can you see it? We cut out 4.5 for, or approximately 5 for our off shoulder. So you also consider that 5 inches at this point. So you place your 5 inches outside the tape rule, outside your table this way, your 5 inches outside, and you mark your normal length. So our length, sleeve length is 10 inches plus 2 inches for my folding and sewing allowance. So I have a total of 12 inches. So basically this is where my sleeve length. Or you simply say, another method you can use is your sleeve length minus your 5 inches. So let's say your sleeve length is 10 minus 5 inches you took off for the off shoulder, you have 5, and you add your sewing allowance. So I go ahead and mark my round sleeve. So my round sleeve is 12 inches. So 12 inches divided by 2, I have 6 inches plus my 2 inches sewing allowance, I have 8 inches. So this is what I have. This is my 8 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this. Now in the case of off shoulder, your 5 inch you took off, you put your 5 inch at this point. This is your 5 inches. So you just connect it this way. I don't know if you guys get it. You know, normal sleeve, our normal sleeve goes round like this. But in the case of off shoulder, the 5 inches you took off, you make sure you have it at this point. And so you just connect your armhole like with a slant line. So we go ahead and cut this out and show you guys. So we go ahead, cut this out. So basically this is what we have for the off shoulder. You can see the 5 inches we took at this point and we just slanted it here. So this is our sleeve for our off shoulder. So I'm going to place this aside now. So don't forget that we marked our princess dart line earlier on. So it's because I wanted to show you guys how to achieve the one shoulder. So let's cut out our princess dart after when we've achieved our one-sided off shoulder. Okay, so we go ahead and cut out our princess dart line because we still want to have this cut along our princess dart. So this is what we have, and we have this one sleeve because we just want to fix our off shoulder. Don't forget that our off shoulder is one-sided, so we have one sleeve for our off shoulder. So basically, let's move to the sewing room and I'll show you guys how to sew it. So this is what we have for the front block, and you can see because it's one shoulder, this serves as our shoulder and this becomes our off shoulder. So the first thing we have to do now is to go ahead and sew this our princess dart lines together on both sides. So I'll go ahead and sew it up and show you guys what it looks like. So after joining it together, this is what we have for the front block. We've sewn our princess dart together. So I'm going to go ahead and join the back block and show you guys what it looks like. For the back, we've gone ahead to join the princess dart for the back piece. And don't forget, we have two pieces for the back piece because of our zip allowance. So the next thing we have to do now is to go ahead and turn up the neckline with either your interface, your bias, or you turn it up with a piece of lining. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you guys what next you have to do. So we've turned it with bias. I will go ahead and hem this bias all the way down. So the next thing we have to do now is to fix in our sleeve for our off shoulder. So what we have to do is to first turn up this lower side of your sleeve, and I will go ahead and fold this upper side of my sleeve. After folding it, I will show you guys how to fix it. So what you are going to do now is to go ahead and fix this sleeve length, this area of the sleeve to the area of the top this way. So you sew it this way, and you also do the same for the second side. So after sewing it, I'll show you guys what next you have to do. This is what you have your one shoulder, and the second one becomes your off shoulder, and you can see our princess dart line which falls in the two areas. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and look at the sleeve we attached to it. So I'm going to put down the details of this sleeve down below, so you can also watch the video on how to make this 3-layer sleeve. So basically, this 3-flare sleeve, so basically by the time you put it on, this is going to puff in like this, and you also have this one puffing in this way. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.